The Coalition for Civil Society Election Observers has charged the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to cancel the November 16 governorship polls in Bayelsa State. At a press conference held in Lagos, the election observers alleged that there was high level of violence and electoral malpractices during the election process. Abisola Adebayo brings us more details in this next report.
Reports of violence and irregularities is fast becoming a norm with elections in Nigeria, and the recent governorship poll in Bayelsa State was no different. With many reports of vote buying, ballot box snatching, and violence, the credibility of the election has come under question. It is on that note that this group of election observers is demanding the nullification of the entire election. They want INEC to conduct a rerun that will be void of any malpractice.
There are reports of attack on some journalists and election observers during the election. For instance, of course, some of us were personally, in a train that moved from Yenegua in the morning to Nembe local government, and we were surprised that even under the watchful eyes of policemen, we were prevented from entering the Nembe town in the morning of that election. There were widespread incidents of vote buying across the state, with a systemic approach by politicians, aided by security agents, particularly the police. This occurred in about 60% of police stations that were able to observe, and political party agents were seen in some places. Despite the large scale presence of security officials, that did not in any way deter the thugs from instigating and perpetrating violence. We witnessed politicians who came to polling units with mass thugs and in some cases uniformed men to snatch ballot boxes and chase voters away.
The group is also seeking punishment for the perpetrators of electoral crimes. They are calling on the international community to consider appropriate sanctions for the sponsors of these crimes.
We strongly believe and want to insist that the result of the governorship election on Saturday does not represent the aspiration of the majority of genuine voters who were disenfranchised, who were denied access, who were intimidated, who were harassed. I want to join our voice to the position of other civil society organizations who have spoken since the conclusion of this election that INEC should consider an outright cancellation of that poll until we begin to punish perpetrators of electoral violence which characterized the last election. We will not cease to have this kind of nasty experience that we are calling on all partners of our democracy, particularly the international community, to consider appropriate sanctions, including visa ban for perpetrators of election violence and their sponsors.
Earlier this week, the Inspector General of Police denied reports that men of the First aided violence during the poll, alleging that thugs in police uniforms perpetrated the act. That claim has been rejected by this group, which says the police should be probed for their conduct during the polls.
Whatever the Inspector General of Police has come to say is unacceptable. If you are claiming that the people that perpetrated some of the evils were fake policemen, what happened to those original policemen? Were they not meant to check those that were fake? It means they have a hand in it. And until there is a restructuring even in the security system of this country, then we'll begin to have security men who get tipped with few thousands of naira, and then they turn their faces away from the primary responsibility of security and protection and allow thuggery to make and be the case on election day. And then you and I are not safe.
The result of the Bayelsa governorship election has also been rejected by lawmakers elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. The opposition party condemned the electoral process used in the country and urged President Muhammadu Buhari to sign the new Electoral Act to safeguard future elections in the country. Abisola Adebayo, TV 360, Lagos.